maybe first time, maybe second time, maybe third time, but it is different every time. So, what are pregnancy moods? Pregnancy moods are nothing but they are changes in your emotions, changes in your behavioral pattern. They are changes in, you know, the way you are reacting to things on a regular basis. So it becomes very, very different when you understand that, why this is happening, but you don't have a reason. Sometimes you feel like crying, sometimes you feel like having a nap, sometimes you are angry, sometimes you're just very agitated, sometimes you are in a very different state of mind, but there is no answer to it. So now what to do? So for that, there are a few tips and tricks. So this is how it works. Like, when we know that we are expecting, we divide it into first three phases. That's the first trimester, second trimester, and the third trimester. And in these phases, what we do is we understand ourselves in a way that why it is important for us to communicate with our own self that yes, I am pregnant and I need to slow down. I may be having jittery thoughts, I may be worrying about too much, because there is a lot of uncertainty. Now, what do you mean by uncertainty? It is a very holistic approach कि हमको पता नहीं है कि हम क्या हो रहा है, बेबी बेबी अच्छे से ग्रो हो रहा है या नहीं, बेबी का वजन बराबर है या नहीं, मुझे उल्टियाँ ज़्यादा हो रही है, मुझे धूप सहन नहीं हो रही, मेरे पेट में क्रैम्प्स आ रहे हैं, लेग क्रैम्प्स है, बैक क्रैम्प्स है, हैंड पेन हो रहा है, मैं एनर्जी नहीं है, थक जाती हूँ. सो ये सब इफेक्ट होता है हमारे हॉर्मोन्स के कारण. Okay, and when you are having these hormonal changes within your body, it is because of your something titled as pregnancy mood swings. Now, a simple day, you get up and then you work it out कि चलो आज का दिन अच्छा जाएगा, and और आगे से it will be much better कि things should go in a positive way. But due to some thought or due to some difference, it could happen that the moods are not going well. Okay, you were feeling happy, afternoon में you started feeling very angry, evening में you started having that anxiety, बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है, बहुत चिड़चिड़ापन हो रहा है, बहुत ज़्यादा तकलीफ हो रही है खुद के लिए. पर इसका कोई आंसर नहीं है कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है. थकावट भी महसूस होती है, थकान भी हो रही है, काम ज़्यादा नहीं है, लेकिन चिड़चिड़ हो रही है, खाना भी टाइम से खा लिया, लेकिन ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Why this? Now, in pregnancy, we know that we are, as moms, we are expected to, be perfect every time. पर ऐसा नहीं होता है. There is no definition of perfection during pregnancy. Second thing we have to understand is that when we are talking about pregnancy mood, our mood gets elevated at a very high level during the day, and it comes down drastically during night. Now, if our sleep is not proper, I'm repeating, if our sleep is not proper, then definitely the hormonal changes are going to cause an imbalance, because of which your pregnancy mood swings will be very, very difficult. Now, you wake up, you have to go to the doctor, you have an early appointment to the doctor. Probably you will do one thing, that is skip your meals, which is the first thing. You skip your breakfast, have tea or coffee with some biscuits, and then you go ahead. You go to the doctor, and the doctor says everything is fine, and then you're like, whoosh, all is good, and then you suddenly start feeling all hungry. Now why? Because in morning you were so stressed that your stress hormones were elevated to the maximum level, and then when the doctor said everything is okay, there was a drop in your stress. So when there is a drop in your stress, there is an elevation in the happy hormones. When the happy hormones are good, that means you start feeling hungry. So these In this manner, I'm trying to tell you that when you are, looking at a situation, when you are traveling, when you are carrying your baby to the best of your ability, but still you're facing mood swings. That is one thing. Second thing is your day starts very, very early. Okay, you get up at night, you're cooking, probably you are having morning sickness, you're not able to go near fire, you're taking somebody's help, you are having too many vomitings, and at that point of time, it is like, you feel like you're not giving justice for your body, or you're not giving, things to yourself. So you can definitely feel that this point of time, it is very, very necessary that you take time for yourself. You you can either go for a walk, you can either go out where there is, a good air, probably your terrace or your balcony where there is fresh air. You can keep some plants within your house which help you to increase the oxygen levels. Now over here, I would just tell you that in these such things, we will have to be very, very careful in understanding that these are small steps, but these are very, very important because they help us in elevating our mood swings, and also they help us in keeping us at a bay. Okay, so we are looking for something which is very positive, we are looking for something which is very genuine, and we are also looking for something which is working in our favor. Now, one thing I would like to tell you over here, that mood swings keep happening in every pregnancy. Okay, it doesn't mean that we are not in a way of understanding how things work. So when we are looking for things to work in a proper condition, a proper functioning, right? We would be looking forward for we would be looking forward for a very different perspective. Now, one thing we have to understand is when we are looking for a good health, we have to be very self engaging. Okay, what do you mean by self engaging? It is that we need to be reading some books, we need to keep ourselves occupied, we need to have some hobby, we need to have some activity for ourselves where we are taking care of our mind. When our mind is stable, we will be able to work it out in such a better manner that things work very beautifully for us, and then definitely things work in a very positive way. So when we are in a positive mindset, we have happy moods. We are speaking to the baby bump, we are connecting with the baby, we are always looking forward to talk to baby, listen to good music, sometimes even dance, sometimes do some yoga, meet a friend, meet relatives, go out. Everything is so positive around that you start feeling all happy. But at a given point of time, when you feel really gloomy, like, sad and stressed and fatigued, all these things come in, you feel like, this is the end of the world, and why me? Why am I expecting? And uh, how how the delivery would be, or how things would be going up ahead, and you are just wondering ki main hi kyun, why me? But it is not in your mind, it is because of the hormones these things are happening. So to have a reason for all these things, we need to understand that when we are having these kind of pregnancy moods, we need to eat properly. Okay, that is something which is very, very important. We need to eat on time, we need to eat something really very properly. We need to ensure that we eat healthy food. Either too spicy or too oily kind of a food will definitely not be a positive sign. Why? Because it becomes a little difficult, first thing. Second thing, what happens is it helps to slow down our mechanism. We start getting acidity, we start having burping, we are almost throwing up every time. So it becomes difficult for us to understand why we are having this problem. Third thing, what I would like to tell you is that if our sleep is not proper, definitely the mood swings go very, up and down hazardously, because they are working in a manner where you are, not able to build for your health, and then it becomes troublesome. Sometimes you start getting bloating feelings, sometimes you start getting uh, feeling like, you're completely drained out, sometimes you feel like very helpless, sometimes you feel like, just round the corner, but you can't do things. At this point of time, it is very, very, haphazardous for us to understand where am I going wrong, why it is happening, whom should I look forward for. So in these things, it becomes very, very difficult. So I am just trying to tell you that when you are having pregnancy mood swings, you have to keep yourself calm. You have to understand that, you are doing much better. You have to convince yourself, no, I'm going to have these 9 months positive throughout. And also, I'm going to be taking care of myself. So these two things are very, very important. Lastly, I would like to say that enjoy whatever you do. Enjoy eating your food. Enjoy relishing your meals. Enjoy spending time with your family. Okay? So these things you can do at your own pace. But when you are alone, when you are having, when you're not having any help, when you're not having any other kind of luxury around you, it becomes a little difficult, on understanding how do I manage. But it's not that difficult to find up a solution. You will definitely look around for a solution which is workable for you, and also the one which is helping you to understand that things work in a better manner when you are looking for at least a good solution. Okay, so with this, I would be taking up a leave today. I have told you the mantras, the tricks, and the tips of how do you manage your mood swings. And definitely, you can ask your questions and give us a positive feedback on how did you feel the session. And I hope you have watched it live and enjoyed it a lot. Thank you.